A Long Way from Home, book by Elizabeth Baguli. At the bedtime in a burrow, Mouse was squished and squashed by sleeping rabbits. "Oh no," he tottered, crumpling. "Move over, Tim." Tim squeezed over and folded her arms round Mouse, using him as hot water bottle. "Too hot," muttered Mouse. "Too many rabbits." So out into the night he went. "What are you doing out here, smallest bun?" asked the albatross, swooping down. "There is no rooms," snuffed Mouse, "and my sister Tam is always squashing me. But she's our best friend. It doesn't stop her squashing me," said Mouse. So, to cheer him up, Albatross told Mouse about the land of the Northern Star, where there was sky space and snow space. "No rabbits there," sighed Mouse. "I wish I could come with you to the frozen north." "Hop on, the smallest bun," Albatross said. Mouse squawked as Albatross lifted into the air. Under the moon, over the wind, she flew. As she soared higher, Mouse held out his paws like wings. "I am flying!" he cried. "Hold tight, it's the North Star," Albatross shouted. From the North Star came the wild tornado of the snow. Before Mouse could take hold of Albatross, he had toppled into the storm, swept in on the wind, and he tumbled and rolled down and down and down to the land puff in a snowdrift. Mouse was all alone from the moment. He was afraid when he looked around at the empty white space and shook himself with excitement. "No squish," he cried. "No squash." Mouse danced solo in the snow. He skated and skimmed and threw the balls, but then, whoosh! He was slippering down an ice slide, going faster and faster. Mouse skipped to the stop. Oh no! There were rabbits everywhere. As he opened his mouth to protest, the other rabbits did too. But the only sound was Mouse's tiny squeak. "Mirror rabbits?" he had gasped. There weren't real rabbits, just reflections in the ice. Mouse was in the ice cave and the ice hole and the ice palace. It was as big as the space, as quiet as silence. And there was no one there but him. In the mirror walls, Mouse saw himself like a king, his fluff graying with the ice crystals. Mouse made a cool, roomy snow nest. "No nest stirrings," he pronounced, and lay royally down to sleep. When Mouse woke, his fluff was frozen, and he was cold to the bone. Shivering in lonely bed, he thought about his snuggly sister Tam, squeezed into the nest with all the sleepy night sniffings of his family. Even his tears froze. How he longed to go home. So out of the palace, he crawled slippery and slitheringly up the ice slide until he came up under the open sky where the stony moon shone. "Albatross!" shouted Mouse. "Where are you?" There were no answer. Only the empty cracking of the ice. But there, a feathery whisper on the wind. Mouse looked up and saw wild wings. It was Albatross. "Smallest bun," she said, revealed. "I've been looking for you everywhere." She swung Mouse out into her bag, and gratefully he nested into her warm dawn, thinking only of home. Back in the nest, Tam rolled over. Mouse was wonderfully squished and squashed. He was gorgeously crumbed and crumbled. He was Tam's hot water bottle. He snuggled into her fluff, and with a sigh, he fell to sleep. The end.